Hello, 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 everybody. Yes, it's been a while since the last video on the new channel. Let's talk a little bit because if you've been on the Discord or the Facebook channel, the Facebook page, there's boy, some things have dried up. It's a little harder to get jobs. So let's talk about jobs that are usually hiring throughout the year. And three kind of come to mind, honestly. The first one together is political surveys slash fundraising. There's always every year, whether it's city, county, state, federal, there's always elections going on. And there's always fundraising for various groups, not necessarily the top two, but there's always fundraising for these groups, whether it's the Cancer Hospital for Children, to radio stations that are free, to whatever groups. And they usually need people. Now, there are a couple of companies that are steady, so it's full time, 40 hours. And one of those is FLS Connect. F is in Frank, L is in Larry, S is in Sam, Connect. And I'm not sure all the states they hire in, but they're definitely 40 hours full-time fundraising. Another one that is more on call or just on weekends is the California Marketing Group, CMG. C is in California, M is in marketing, G is in group. Um, and you can just Google the name of the company, careers to find them. And so that's one kind of job that usually it pays okay. It's not the highest paying, it's not the lowest paying that you'll find. Other companies like InfoCision don't pay as much, but they do hire a lot of warm bodies. Now, another group type of employment is what we call lead generation, otherwise known as telemarketing. And this could be inbound, outbound, usually outbound, might be cold calling, might be warm leads, but this is another type of job. And sometimes this is paid hourly, but usually if you're working remotely, this is paid on commission. Um, the biggest example of an SDR job that is lead generation is Glen Coco. Excellent company, plenty of clients to work with. So if you have a sales background, that is definitely something you can do. Another thing that people that kind of goes with the lead generation job is strictly sales. And the difference is this lead generation sets up the appointment to go to a salesperson. A salesperson may or may not generate their own leads, but they do close the leads. So that's the difference between lead generation and sales. Now let's talk a little bit because I've gotten a lot of questions about Glen Coco. Um, so Glen Coco, it is commission, 1099 commission. It's a log on, log off sort of thing. They'll tell you the hours of operation for each client, whether you're calling a customer or business is up to you. You do, after you get onto the platform, get to do training and listen to calls and this and that and see the leaderboard and kind of know if you're competitive. Wank, wank. A little competition going on. Sounds good. Um, and you are paid after the meeting takes place. So you're setting up a meeting for an account executive salesperson and you will go from there. And once the meeting has occurred, if the qualified person has showed up and listened to the pitch, whatever, you are paid after that. So, what is the pay? I have seen pay range from 175 per appointment set that was qualified and attended to 400 or more. This is commission only. So if you want to, the Glen Coco URL will be down below because that one's a little hard to spell. And they're a great company. They offer a lot of sample calls for you to listen to. So that is awesome sauce. And another thing that Glen Coco does is they pay out very regularly. So it's via Stripe and you get set up and do your depositing that way. And let's talk about sales. So we talked about lead generation with Glen Coco. Let's talk about sales. If you just Google remote jobs, work from home, sales, a ton of that comes up in Google, whether it's on Indeed, Simply Hired, Glassdoor, whatever. And you kind of got to decide if you want to do this, commit to this full time, just on the weekends. Are you going to work it around another job? Um, so one of the things that I like about the on-call fundraising position, the lead generation, and the sales positions is it is a very flexible schedule, and you don't have to work it full time for most part. Glen Coco is a log on, log off. They'll start you out with so many things, show you how to use the dialer. You do it on your own time as long as it's between those hours. Um, Other sales positions will have their own CRM and you can just kind of go from there. So that's kind of what the video is about. And I kind of want y'all to be mindful not to bypass these tried and true positions because it is so important that you really take a look at the things that used to work back in the 80s, back in the 90s. These jobs, sales jobs are always there. Fundraising and political surveys, always there. They're just now remote, so it works out a little bit better. I know my face is very white. I just have lipstick on and little pressed powder. It's been one of them days, y'all. It's been one of them days. Um, so talking about that, I will give an update on the Glen Coco and how I've worked with them before. And I'm going to give an update because I'm going to kind of change the schedule around a little bit on what that looks like. Um, and I will keep you updated in the future. But I kind of just want you to really, the next video we're going to do, and it'll probably be next week sometime, this coming week, we're going to talk about some laws that are coming into effect or could come into effect that definitely focus on work from home people. My name is Becky, and I will see you next time.